Hey, what's up? My name is Ange. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, my friends are going to be choosing my July TBR based off of emojis. So I'm actually not with my friends right now, but I have a few books here. I paired them off and I'm going to be texting them emojis to kind of describe each of the books, and they're going to choose. It's kind of a very difficult way in order to do this, but I had no other way to get all of my books to my friends to choose it. So this is kind of just like, we're rolling with it. I'm having a lot of fun doing my TBR and my wrap-up videos separately and doing something like fun with my TBR. I feel like I'm reading almost all of the books every single time, so let's just do something fun. I have one book that I'm definitely going to be reading this month, and that is because it is the book club read, and it is Misery by Stephen King. It says, best-selling novelist Paul Sheldon has finally met his biggest fan. Her name is Annie Wilkes, and she's dismayed to discover Paul's plans to kill off Misery Chastain, the heroine of his beloved series. Annie is more than a rabid reader. She is Paul's nurse, tending his shattered body after an automobile accident. She is also his captor, imprisoning him in her isolated house where no one knows where he is. Annie wants Paul to write his greatest work just for her. She has a lot of ways to spur him on. One is a needle, another is an axe, and then there's the blowtorch. This one's going to be super interesting, so I am super excited for this one. But the books of the options that I have here are, I'm pairing Daisy Hates by Jessa Hastings and Stolen Air by Sophie Lark, which is the second in the Brutal Birthright series, together. I'm pretty sure that this is Mafia Relations. I don't know if it really is, but I never read the back of it. Heard that it is. Could be wrong. Anyway, this, and then this is about Nessa Griffin, whose family is also in Mafia. So, two Mafia books, so those are kind of similar. These are not similar at all, but they paired the best for me. I have You Love Me by Caroline Kepnes. This was number 3 in the You series. And then I have Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. Again, covers, kind of the same color. They got paired together because, yeah. Next is This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune, and then Hopeless by Elsie Silver. And then finally I have Wildfire by Hannah Grace, and then Saving Six by Chloe Walsh, which is book number 3 in the Boys Atonement series. First, this is the first one. We are going to do a ballerina emoji. So I'll do the ballet slippers, and then it's like another emoji that I can do this. She leads a lonely life, too compassionate and gentle for the underworld, for the business she grew up in Chicago. What's a mafia emoji, guys? What can I do? Oh gosh. Okay, I'll do a blue heart because it's blue on the cover. Oh no, chains. Let me do chain. Hold on, chain. Or let's do a heel because that's what's on the cover. And then we'll do art because I know it's the gallery. So, okay, I think that those are two good ones to kind of describe these two. Now let's sit and let's wait. I want to read both of them. Like, I'd be excited to read both. I loved Magnolia Parks, but I'm not reaching for Daisy Hates yet, so she totally knows what this one is. I know she knows what this one is. I think I described that one pretty good. Right? Okay, so they both chose Daisy Hates. So this book is about Daisy Hates. All 20-year-old Daisy Hates has ever wanted is a normal life, but that's just not in the cards. Daisy Hates is let's stop screen recording. I'll just do screenshots. Daisy Hates is a princess of London's most notorious family. Raised by her older brother Julian, a London gang lord, after their parents were murdered in front of them 12 years ago, Daisy has never lived beyond his watchful gaze. Julian's line of work means that Daisy's life is complicated, and things don't become any less complex when she falls hard for Christian Hems, the beautiful and emotionally unavailable boy she's been involved with for the past few months, and who also happens to be one of the few men in London who doesn't answer to Julian. Christian's life is no walk in the park either, being in love with Magnolia Parks, his best friend's girlfriend and all. He's happy enough to use Daisy to disguise his true affections, that is, until she starts to infiltrate those two. As Daisy and Christian's romance blossoms into something neither were anticipating, Daisy, Christian, and Julian each have to come to terms with the fact that in this life, everything comes at a price. As their relationships intersect and tangle, they all learn that sometimes life's most worthwhile pursuits can only be paid in blood. So, first on here, besides Misery by Stephen King, is Daisy Hates by Jessa Hastings. Next, we have You Love Me by Caroline Kepnes and Crown of Midnight. So, Crown of Midnight, I know what emojis we're going to choose because it's just the easiest. So, we're going to do crown emoji, and then I'll do like the moon emoji. We have a moon. Okay, let's have an idea on what we're going to do for the next one. I'm going to do this one has the mother in it, so I'm going to do the pregnant emoji, and then a book, because he's Joe Goldberg. So, let's choose. Is it going to be You Love Me by Caroline Kepnes or Crown of Midnight? We shall wait. We're waiting. Cameron said this one. Now we wait for Jess. I think she's gonna agree. So Jess and Cameron both agreed. So we are gonna be reading You Love Me by Caroline Kepnes this month. This one says Joe Goldberg is back and he's going to start a family even if it kills him. Joe is done with the cities. He's done with the muck and the posers, done with love. Now he's saying hello to nature, to simple pleasures on a cozy island in the Pacific Northwest. He gets a job at the local library. He does know a thing or two about books. That's where he meets her. Mary Kay DeMarco, librarian. Joe won't meddle. He will not obsess. He'll win her over the old-fashioned way, by providing a shoulder to cry on, a helping hand. Over time, they'll both heal their wounds and begin their happily ever after. The trouble is, Mary Kay already has a life. She's a mother, she's a friend, she's busy. True love can only triumph if both people are willing to make room for the real thing. Joe cleared his decks, he's ready, and hopefully with the encouragement and undying support, Mary Kay will do the right thing and make room for him. This one, I didn't love the second book in the U series, so I did already have the third and fourth book, so I will be continuing, but this one was an interesting one. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't choose this one, but this is next on the list. Next we have This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune and Hopeless by Elsie Silver. This is the fifth and final book in the Chestnut Spring series. So the emojis that I'm gonna choose for this one. Hopeless, it's gonna be a ring, and because I know, do we have an army emoji? Is he in the army? No, we don't have that emoji. Let's do the mirror, because that's the mirror cover that I have. So the ring and the mirror, or I'll do the sun, and are they friends? And a beach house. Beach. Should have read the back of these before I started doing this. Beach. Let's do a house. Okay, so the ring and the mirror emoji to match the cover that I'm not showing you. I was showing you the back of the book. And they immediately both responded. I'm going to be reading Hopeless by Elsie Silver. This one is the fifth and final book in the Chestnut Spring series, and it is Bo Eaton is the town prince, a handsome military hero with a tortured past. I'm the outcast bartender, a shy girl from the wrong side of the tracks. He's 35 and all man, and I'm 22 and all virgin. He's also my fiance, correction, my fake fiance. We start out as a bet. He doesn't believe that anyone holds my last name against me, so he offers me his to prove a point. It's win-win. He gets a break from his concerned family's prying, and I get a chance to shed my family's reputation while I save up to ditch the small town. He says all I have to do is wear his ring, follow his lead, and pretend I can't keep my hands off of him in public. But it's what happens between us in private that blurs all those carefully drawn lines. It's what transpires behind closed doors that doesn't feel like pretending at all. This engagement was supposed to be for show. This agreement, it has an end date. He once told me he'd never fall in love. And yet here I am, head over heels for my fake fiance. I'm excited for this one. I've put this one off. I finished the other books from Chestnut Spring back in April or so, but this one is going to be interesting. And finally, I have two more. So I have Saving Six by Chloe Walsh and Wildfire by Hannah Grace. So let's do Wildfire just because it's in the name. We'll do fire, and then is there a cabin emoji? Summer camp. Okay. So I have the fire emoji and a camping tent. Or let's do, is there a six emoji? Six. And I don't know what other emoji to describe this one. For Joey, a mechanic. Is there a mechanic emoji? And by any chance, okay, that's the best I could come up with was those ones. Now we'll wait and see what they choose. I'm hoping it's Saving Six, but I'm also, oh, nope. It's going to end up being, they're just going to agree with each other. It's going to end up being Wildfire by Hannah Grace. I can tell already. Should I throw in two more just for, oh no, they're disagreeing. Cameron said Saving Six. Jess said Wildfire. How are we going to settle this? How are we going to, how do we, I didn't anticipate a tie. Heads or tails? Okay. Heads the first one. Okay. So heads, it's going to be Wildfire. Tails, it's going to be Saving Six. Hey Siri. Heads or tails? It's tails. But now Cameron's doing it. We'll go with what Cameron's doing, if she's doing it. Otherwise, it's tails, which is going to be Saving Six. It's heads. Okay, well, never mind. It's going to be Wildfire by Hannah Grace. I have had Wildfire by Hannah Grace. This is the second in the Maple Hills series, right? Maple Hills novel. I've had this on my TBR so many times. I never end up picking it up. I don't know what it is. I just don't ever reach for it, so this one says it only takes one spark. At a party celebrating the end of their academic year, Maple Hills students Russ Callaghan and Aurora Roberts have a passionate one-night stand. Never one to overstay her welcome or expect much from a man, Aurora slips away before Russ even has the chance to ask for her full name. Days later, they run into each other in their new jobs as summer camp counselors, hoping to escape their complicated home lives. Russ knows breaking the camp's strict no staff fraternizing rule will have him heading back to Maple Hills before the summer is over. But unfortunately for him, Aurora has never been very good at caring about the rules. So this is going to be interesting. It's the perfect time to read it because it is summer and it's about a summer camp. However, I was really excited to read Saving Six, so I'll probably still end up reading Saving Six and just not do it part of this video. That ends this video, so if we're just gonna go through them again, this is my TBR for this month. I tend to have like 5 or 6 books on my TBR, and then I either read more or I don't finish reading these, and it kind of just goes from there. But this month it is Misery by Stephen King for the book club, Wildfire by Hannah Grace, Hopeless by Elsie Silver, You Love Me by Caroline Kepnes, and Daisy Hates by Jessa Hastings. That's a fun way to do it. I think that it would be easier if we were in person, or if I were to maybe post them like on Instagram or something like that and do the emojis that way. But choosing different ways to do my TBR is very interesting because it forces me to read books that maybe I wouldn't have chosen originally. So I'm gonna keep filming my TBR videos this way, just finding different ways to do it. Maybe I will have my siblings choose my TBR at some point. My sister that is in the room right now. Just kind of force myself to get out of my comfort zone and read the books that have been on my TBR for so long. So that is the standing TBR at the very moment. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.